Midjourney has finally shown us a glimpse of the new UI they've been developing. If you want to see it for yourself, you can find it at alpha.midjourney.com. It's not on the main website yet, but let's walk through it. I think the first thing you're going to notice is a big change in philosophy. They are trying to change the way you look at the create page. When you hover over the different tabs, you're going to see a bunch of different names. At least I do, because these used to be my folders. Now they're more like different conversations, if you will. Your main create page is now known as the scratch pad. This is where all of your generations live, right? Pretty normal. Instead of having folders in the top right, again, we have these different options here. And we can add a new folder or page with that icon. Project name, I guess that's what they're known as, projects. So maybe I'll call this one Animal Origami. And we have an error. Okay, there you go. This is an alpha website. They're trying new things. Let's just click reload. We'll try that again. All right, we're on Animal Origami. The page is blank. And now if I started prompting for different animals, we'll say a zebra, dolphin, walrus, kangaroo. What are some other animals? Moose or origami. This new project system is a way to keep my generation siloed and easy to find in the future. If I ever want to know where my animal origamis are, I'd be able to find them right there. I do believe they will still live on the scratch pad, yes. The scratch pad, the top project, will have all of your generations. One quick thing I don't like about this whole thing, I mean, we are in the first iteration, I'm sure there will be improvements, but we gotta have subfolders. Like you'll see I have 169 more projects. That's a bit of a problem. I did not have 169 folders before. If you're the same as me, you might see a bunch of sref codes here. Now these were from my saved searches, which was just a way in the previous Midjourney to look up specific codes. I guess I can just show you that. So on the organized tab of the main Midjourney, there's a saved searches here at the bottom. And again, this is where you could search for specific codes. They took all of those and they made those projects. It's a little strange. I hope that gets sorted out. And then another thing I don't like, let's say I wanted to use personalization. It's this icon right here. If I hover over it to click on it, the icons shift down and I'm not hovering over what I thought I was. That's not a lot of fun at all to deal with. I feel like there was a way to keep this whole left side tab open so that problem wouldn't occur. Either way, if I wanted personalize again, I'd click here and it jumps down here. Yeah, that's not fun. And if you go on Discord and read some of the comments, people are not happy. to say the least. I mean, there is quite a bit of constructive feedback, but I think the overall sentiment is yeah, this isn't that great to use. With words like very annoying being thrown around quite a bit. These new website buttons on top is nightmare. Let's see what they mean by that. So let's try kangaroo origami again. I'm going to say watercolor origami. Then I'm going to add some chaos with -C10 and maybe we'll go S250. And you might notice that as soon as I type those, they turn into these little bubbles, which maybe that's okay. It comes with a little tooltip if you hover over it. But instead of a value number, they've switched to a percentage. So we're going with 10% chaos. And if I click on this, I should be able to change it, but I can only change it within these numbers. I don't think there's a way to maneuver it otherwise in the prompts, which is a little annoying. Before I could just delete the value and add a new value. Now I believe I have to get rid of the whole thing and type again. Yeah, that could get a little annoying. And they've also switched to calling stylize the house style. Now, I get the whole idea of trying to cater to new users a little more, but hear me out. I don't believe that house style makes more intuitive sense than the word stylize. I think a new user is going to be what's a house style? Just as much as they might say, oh, what does stylize do? And coming from a teacher, I don't feel like this is more self-explanatory than what we had previously. Perhaps if this had a drop-down slider, but okay, maybe I can change the value there? All right, I can. Can I change the value here? Yeah, okay. If you click on the name, then you get this drop-down menu. So you want to talk about new users getting confused? How many people are going to figure out that there's two different options depending on where you click on this pill? Oh, if I click on the percentage itself, I can't change it. If I click on the digit, then I get the chance to edit the pill. Hey, You let me know if that's as natural as they want it to be. Another thing that just doesn't work at the moment is shortcuts. And if you saw my last video, you'll know how I feel about that. But like, I created a bunch of different shortcuts for aspect ratios, right? Oh, is it working now? Unrecognized flag. Yeah, no, I can't create a vertical aspect ratio just by inputting my shortcut. Surely that will get fixed, right? Because there's no way you're going to make me go into my settings every time and then change the aspect ratio from here, which is like a little laggy, right? No, there's no way you'd make me do that. Shortcuts have to be here. You know, this is the first iteration. Maybe some things are going to be laggy. Maybe there's some optimizations that need to be made. But let me just say, if you can't make this snappy and like perfectly fast, this isn't the answer. You cannot have any lag on production. I bet the Midjourney team understands that, so I'm not really worried about that part. So in our settings, we can go down here, personalize on or off, and then they acknowledge that house style means stylize. Hey, since we're here and we're talking about it, I would switch those two labels. I would have this say stylize, and then when you hover over it, maybe that's when you see the word house style. You know, that's just my point of view. It's interesting to see they split up the parameters. Chaos and weird now live under the aesthetic category. And then you want to see something else that's kind of strange? When you add a weird value, it's not a percentage anymore. Come on, you see it? Like 259 house style, 39% chaos with 1100 weird. Are you telling me that's easier to understand than --W 1100, C39, and S259? Like, at least those were all the same category of number. Now we're splitting between percentages and whole number. Like, what are we doing? If you really wanted to go the percentage route, couldn't you like normalize the other values to be a percentage of their total? Does that make any sense? I don't know. I just, this is a little weird, right? And then maybe something else that people aren't gonna like, at least I've seen that in the comments, is that all of your settings now just live permanently in the prompt bar. Which is fine, because that's sort of how it worked before. Like, if you did change your settings, they were applied to all future generations, but you could override them in the prompt. Now, when they're in the prompt, you kind of have to change them like there is no override feature, which I think is maybe a step backwards. Like, I don't know. This is just, I don't know. And I guess it's true, there's no longer options underneath the prompt bar. What do you think turn image into a text prompt is? That's got to just be describe, right? Whoa. So we only get one describe option right now, and it just loads up the prompt bar. No, I don't think that's the answer. Like, you know, you're testing a new UI. How is that better than this? Like, now I get 4 options and I can click between them pretty easily. I could even run all prompts. I think I've said this for years now, because we've heard Midjourney for a long time say that the website and the UI was just too difficult for a lot of new users. And my response to that was like, are you sure? This feels pretty easy to use. You click a picture, you go to add it to the prompt, and you see something called describe. That seems super straightforward to me. Like, was this change really I don't know, man. Okay, they got rid of describe from the right click as well. Are you sure? I don't know. And then you would have noticed there's also no image prompting, style reference, or anything else underneath the prompt bar. So if we want to make a video out of something, we would have to add the first frame here. Okay, animate is still here when you hover over an image. That's fine. I personally still feel like the prompt bar should have everything. It should have video up there. Settings, okay, that makes sense to have on the right side. To do a full function like generating a video, it feels a little strange to have off to the side. And if we wanted to say, no, what do we do? Okay, so if I drag a picture into the prompt bar, it gets added as a prompt, and then I can say use style, use as image prompt, or use subject. What does subject mean? What? Is that OmniRef? But that doesn't work. Version 7 doesn't support HD. But we're not in version 7. We're in version 8.2. What? So if I click this, then I can use as an image prompt. Okay, let me just say there should also be a submit button somewhere over here if you're making me go over here to make changes. So I go up here, submit. Okay, that works. And then, okay, I can't hover over anything without these other options popping up. Like, that's not good either. Maybe if I get rid of this, then yes, I have options. Okay, to be completely honest, this is where I think you need to have like that easy mode and pro mode, because I don't need to see a big pop-up explaining what these options are. I don't need that. Maybe some other people do, and that's completely fine. But do you see how this is getting in the way of not only what's in my prompt, but one of the pictures, just because my mouse is hovering here? Yes, you can move your mouse, but like, oh, now I can't even scroll onto the picture and click on it because this tooltip is still extended from here. And the reason I feel so strongly about some of these things I'm saying is because I went through this exact process trying to design Color Pilot. I spent 40 straight days making sure this app was fun to use. And I went through all of those problems of like, okay, so you're doing stuff on the cork board, and like, let's say you wanted to change the color of this thread. Well, you click on it and then you make it blue. But what if you wanted to go over here? Should this thread still be popped up? What if you wanted to hit the trash icon and get rid of it? I needed to make sure that moving over this image didn't remove the trash icon. I really do understand having to make a lot of those small decisions. I'm not saying it's easy to figure out, but like, I should not be stopped from clicking on other things in the prompt because of a pop-up. Let me just say that. And you know what? Speaking of Color Pilot, I want to give away 1 free lifetime access to someone in the comments. If you want to enter and be eligible, make sure your comment has an emoji inside of it. Any emoji somewhere. In a couple of days, I'll choose 1 random comment and I'll get you the lifetime access. So if I use this again, and then I click on this image, okay, from here, I can change it. And we'll say use style. That's interesting. Just for the record, all of that, no way is what just happened easier than clicking and dragging into what you like. No way are those buttons easier than this. No way. No way. Like, this is fun to use. This is a joy to use. It's very straightforward. First, it's called style reference. Use the style of an image. Image prompt. Okay, maybe you want to add a little disclaimer about what that would mean. Oh no, look, it's there. Use the elements of an image. It's just, this is great. This is not complicated to learn. This is a little laggy. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think this is it. Might not be the move. But what do I know? I'm just some guy in a pink hat, which I might start becoming a hat guy again. I don't normally wear hats in my videos, but might change my ways. And then one thing maybe I will give them credit for, now all of your mood boards and a bunch of different styles can be found in this style panel. Like, that's pretty cool. Although maybe I'd switch some things around. These are all of the liked styles that you can find on the explore page. So instead of images, if we click on styles and then we scroll till we find one, this looks pretty cool. If I click like, I guess I could just go here to styles. I should see that pop up right there. That's pretty cool. What do you think send means? Like, is that just going to run this prompt with this style? That's interesting. Real quick, big difference. This says sref and then the number. Notice how there's no tooltip, but sref says a lot. Style reference. Here, we just have a number, and okay, you hover over it, you get to see the style that's represented. You can even see it in the prompt if that's there. Like, that's also kind of cool. But for a new user, what are they supposed to do with this number? They're supposed to recognize that this number means this somehow? Honestly, if this just said sref and then the number, I think that would help a lot. We are style referencing this number, which means this. Anyways, I would consider moving the liked styles over to the right and having mood boards first. Okay, maybe one other thing I would do is change the size of the icons to be more like this, because the mood boards are much bigger, so we get to see a lot less of them. You can search for your mood boards. If I typed GP, okay, I can see all of my upcoming mood boards that I packaged as my graphic poster pack. It's not available yet, but if you do want help so that you're not prompting from scratch, I do have 6 packs available. We can take a very plain prompt and then create some really cool images just from adding a code to the end of it. Like, check out this neon style. Okay, watercolor, kangaroo, origami. I don't know what's gonna happen with all of these extra parameters, but if I click on this mood board, okay, the full thing, the name gets added to the prompt. That's kind of cool. Although, where's the code? Like, how do I share the code with other people? Okay, if I shift click, I can view the mood board in a new view mood board, open in new tab. Are those different options? View mood board is shift plus click, open in new tab is control click. Like, okay, that makes sense. So shift plus click takes me to the mood board. That's cool. Okay, let's just hit enter and see what happens. Weird will be ignored because it's not compatible with mood boards. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, these pictures are pretty awesome. Okay, so where's the code? Like, how do I share this mood board with other people now? If I hover over it? No, yeah, there's no, come on. Like, what? It's been years of having codes that are very shareable with other people, just like the digits are, just like a style reference digit. I'm sure you understand why this is not fun for me at the moment, because I'm pretty sure the code should still work. Like, let's try this hush code. I really wonder what's gonna happen. So we're gonna take away that. Then I'm gonna type kangaroo watercolor origami. I'm pasting the code. It comes up on my screen as hush. Okay, let's try that. I'm gonna hit up on the keyboard. Hopefully that still works. Yep, that's there. And I'm gonna go raw, and then we get the results here. I gotta say, like, having this stuff stay in the prompt is just not great. And the reason why is like, okay, let's take all these off. Let's make sure they're not changed in our settings. Yeah, okay. Settings are all default. If I go to add these to my prompt, when I hit enter, I don't think these should stay in the prompt. Unfortunately, they do. Now I am forced to click off of them. Like, I don't know, is that really better than, I don't know. My community isn't quite happy with it either. Not intuitive at all. Hubert agrees with me here. The fact that parameter state isn't useful, at least for me, and I completely agree. Okay, so in styles, we have liked, mood boards, and then we have like styles from the day. Yeah, okay, our liked styles should be moved over. And then should you even be able to explore the, like why do I need to see the top styles in this little tab? And then as far as I can tell, there's no way to slide back to where we go. I have this little part of one letter that I can click to go backwards. Like, you gotta add chevrons for a way to scroll through options. And again, I know this because I just built an app that had to deal with these exact problems. What do you think? You want to go try it at alpha.midjourney.com? Please let me know if I'm a little mistaken. Maybe I'm missing some part of the workflow that makes all of this easier. If you really want to know what else I think about what Midjourney should do, make sure you go watch this video now. I hope you're doing well. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Peace.